Hello, you magnificent trailblazers of the silver years. Buckle up for a rollicking ride through the life of Mark Thompson, a 62-year-old dynamo who turned the quiet of old age into a symphony of laughter, love, and new beginnings. This isn't just a story, it's a treasure map for living your best life, no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake. Picture yourself sipping lemonade on a porch swing, listening to a friend spill the beans on how to make every day sparkle. That's what this is. So, grab a snack, settle in, and let's dive into Mark's epic adventure. The Quiet House. Mark's wake-up call. Imagine a cozy little house on Maple Street, USA, with a creaky porch and a garden that's seen better days. Inside, Mark Thompson, a 62-year-old retiree, is sprawled on his lumpy sofa, the TV droning about miracle mops. The claw ticks louder than it should. The house, once a circus of family life, kids racing through the halls, his wife and humming in the kitchen, is now as silent as a forgotten library. Mark's been retired for 2 years from his job at a public service agency, where he spent decades shuffling papers and solving problems. Early retirement came with a modest pension and some savings, but no manual for what to do when life gets too quiet. Mark's kids, Adam and Eva, are grown and gone. Adam's 2 hours north, juggling a tech job and a toddler. Eva's in another state, wrangling her own career and a chatty 6-year-old. And Mark's rock passed away 3 years ago after a long battle with illness. Her absence left a hole bigger than the Grand Canyon. Mark's days blurred together. Coffee, TV, maybe a trip to the grocery store where he buys the same canned soup every week. Sound familiar? Ever feel like the world's throwing a party and forgot to send you an invite? One chilly evening, Mark's flipping through old photo albums and smile, the kid's gap-toothed grins, when his phone buzzes. It's Adam. Hey, Dad, I was gonna swing by with Kate, but work's a zoo. You holding up okay? Mark forces a chuckle. Oh, you know me, son. I'm tougher than a $2 steak. But when the call ends, the silence crashes in like a tidal wave. Loneliness wraps around him like a scratchy blanket. He sighs, staring at the ceiling. Is this it? He mutters. Just me and the reruns? The neighbor with a nudge. Enter Mr. Lewis, Mark's next-door neighbor and a card-carrying member of the Silver Hair Club. Picture a spry 65-year-old with a twinkle in his eye and a wardrobe of loud Hawaiian shirts. Mr. Lewis knocks on Mark's door one morning, holding 2 steaming mugs of coffee. Mark, my man, you look like you've been wrestling with a cloud. What's up? They settle on the porch, the air crisp with autumn leaves skittering by. Mr. Lewis doesn't mince words. Look, we're not spring chickens anymore. My wife's gone, my kids are off doing their thing, and I'm betting you're in the same boat. Ever think about what happens if it's just you, rattling around this house? Mark blinks, the question landing like a pebble in a still pond. He's been dodging that thought, but Mr. Lewis's words ripple through him. What would he do? Fall ill with no one to call? Eat dinner alone every night? The idea makes his stomach twist. But Mr. Lewis isn't here to gloom and doom. He leans in, grinning. Here's the deal, Mark. Life's like a roller coaster. There's dips, but you gotta keep riding. We need a game plan. Money, health, friends, the works. You in? Mark nods, a spark flickering in his chest. For the first time in months, he feels curious, maybe even hopeful. What if he could rewrite this chapter? The park bench plan. A few days later, Mark and Mr. Lewis are strolling through Riverside Park, the kind of place where kids chase kites and old-timers feed pigeons. They plop onto a bench, the wood worn smooth by years of stories. Mr. Lewis lays it out like a coach prepping for the big game. First, finances. You gotta know your numbers: bills, groceries, doctor visits. No one's saying you need a yacht, but you don't want to be eating cat food either. Mark laughs, picturing himself with a can of tuna and a fork. He's got savings, but he's never crunched the numbers for the long haul. Time to get serious. Next, Mr. Lewis says, stay moving. Join a group, take a walk, do something besides staring at the boob tube. Loneliness is a sneaky bugger. It creeps in when you're not looking. Mark realizes he's been a hermit, holed up like a bear in hibernation. His only friends lately are the game show hosts on Channel 5. Mr. Lewis claps him on the shoulder. And don't count on the kids for everything. They love you, but they've got their own circuses to run. Mark's mind is buzzing. That night, he pulls out a notebook and starts jotting down ideas. He tallies his savings, estimates future expenses, and even calls his bank to ask about retirement accounts. It's not glamorous, but it feels like taking the wheel of his life again. Step 1, shack. A dash of courage. New routines. Mark decides to shake things up. Every morning, he laces up his sneakers, okay, they're a bit scuffed, and heads to the park. At first, his jog is more of a shuffle, but the fresh air smells like possibility. He waves at other walkers, their dogs yapping like tiny cheerleaders. One day, a woman with a poodle named Biscuit chats him up about the weather. It's small, but it's a start. Evenings, Mark ventures to the community center, a bustling hub where seniors play cards, gossip, and argue about politics. He joins a chess club, facing off against a guy named Tony who wears suspenders and calls every move a real humdinger. Tony's a hoot, and soon Mark's laughing so hard he forgets to be lonely. He meets Clara, a 70-year-old firecracker who knits neon scarves and tells stories about her days as a disco queen. These folks aren't family, but they're starting to feel like a crew. Mark's days have color again. again. He's not just surviving, he's planting seeds in his life's garden, watching new shoots pop up. But some nights, lying in bed, the quiet sneaks back. He stares at Anne's empty side of the bed, her perfume bottle still on the dresser. What if he gets sick? What if he's alone forever? Those thoughts are like stubborn weeds, hard to yank out. Love in the Golden Years. Here's where the story gets downright delicious. One evening at the community center, during a heated bingo game, Mark locks eyes with Linda Brown. She's 60, with a laugh like a bell and a knack for sneaking extra cookies from the snack table. Linda's a widow, her kids scattered across the country. She's got a zest for life that makes Mark's heart do a little jig. They start chatting, and it's like they've known each other forever. Linda loves road trips, spicy chili, and cheesy rom-coms. Mark invites her over to cook one of Anne's old recipes, meatloaf with a secret dash of hot sauce. The kitchen fills with the smell of onions and laughter as they bicker over how much garlic is too much. Mark, you're gonna scare the neighbors with that breath, Linda teases. He grins, feeling lighter than he has in years. Soon, they're inseparable. They hit the farmer's market, picking out tomatoes and swapping stories about their kids. They take sunrise walks, Linda pointing out birds while Mark pretends to know their names. One day, Mark's down with a nasty flu. Linda's a whirlwind, brewing tea, fluffing pillows, and calling Adam to say, "Your dad's stubborn, but I've got him covered." Adam arrives, sees Linda's care, and whispers, "Dad, she's a keeper." Mark winks. "Don't I know it?" Linda moves in, and the house comes alive. They don't bother with marriage. It's not about labels. It's about sharing morning coffee, debating whether to watch a mystery or a comedy, and knowing someone's got your back. Linda's presence is like a warm quilt on a winter night. Mark thinks, this is what I was missing. The heart-wrenching twist, but life's a tricky scriptwriter. One afternoon, Linda's son calls from 2 states away. He's getting married and begs her to move closer to help with the wedding and settle nearby. Linda's torn, her son needs her, but Mark's her home. They talk late into the night, the kitchen clock ticking softly. Mark takes her hand. "Linda, go. Family's the roots of your tree. I'll be okay." His voice cracks, but he means it. The day she leaves, Mark drives her to the bus station. The sky's gray, matching his mood. Linda hugs him tight. "We'll call, Mark. This isn't goodbye." He forces a smile as the bus pulls away, her face pressed to the window. Back home, the silence is louder than ever. The couch feels too big, the kitchen too empty. Mark tries to keep busy, chess with Tony, knitting lessons with Clara. He's terrible at it, but Linda's absence is a shadow that follows him. His kids notice. Eva calls, her voice soft. "Dad, you sound off. Want me to visit?" Mark brushes it off. "I'm fine, honey. Just miss my partner in crime." But he's not fine. The loneliness is heavier now, like a backpack full of bricks. He starts researching assisted living communities, places where seniors live together, share meals, and have nurses on call. Maybe it's time for a new stage. Adam's dubious when Mark brings it up. "A senior home? Dad, that's for old people." Mark laughs. "Son, I am old people. But it's not about giving up. It's about having a team. If I slip in the shower, I want someone nearby, not you driving 2 hours." Eva chimes in, worried. "But will you be happy?" Mark nods. "Happiness isn't a place, it's people. I need a village." A new village. Mark finds a gem. Sunny Hills Assisted Living, a suburban community with rose gardens, a game room, and a dining hall that smells like fresh baked bread. He moves in, his room small but cozy, with a window overlooking a bird feeder. On day 1, a resident named Vernon, a lanky guy with a cowboy hat and a chess obsession, grabs him. "New guy, huh? Let's see if you can handle my night moves." Vernon's a character, always quoting John Wayne and sneaking extra pudding at lunch. Mark settles in. Mornings, he joins a Tai Chi class, wobbling through poses with a dozen other seniors giggling like kids. Afternoons, he plays Scrabble with a woman named Ruth, who swears like a sailor when she loses. Meals are lively, with debates over who makes better pie, apple or pecan. It's not home, but it's a community. For the first time in years, Mark feels like he's part of something bigger. The storm and the light, then, a gut punch. Adam calls, his voice shaky. "Dad, it's Linda. Car accident. She's in the ICU." Mark's world tilts. He grabs his coat, and Adam drives him to the hospital, the radio off, the silence heavy. In the waiting room, Eva's there, eyes red. The doctor's grim. She's critical. The injuries are severe. Mark's heart hammers as he's led to Linda's bed. She's pale, tubes everywhere, but her eyes flicker when she sees him. "Linda, it's me," Mark whispers, clutching her hand. "We were gonna try that salsa dancing class, remember?" A tear rolls down her cheek. Her voice is a faint rasp. "Mark, live well." Her hand goes limp, and the monitors flatline. Mark's knees buckle. Adam and Eva hold him as he sobs, the loss carving a hole in his chest. Linda, his light, is gone. The weeks that follow are a fog. Mark goes through the motions at Sunny Hills, meals, games, walks, but everything's gray. Vernon tries to cheer him with bad puns, and Ruth slips him extra cookies, but the grief is stubborn. Adam and Eva visit often, bringing the grandkids, who crawl into Mark's lap and babble about school. Their warmth helps, but it's not enough. One morning, Mark notices a new resident, a woman named Helen, sitting alone in the courtyard, her eyes distant. She reminds him of himself when he first arrived, lost, scared. He thinks of Linda's kindness, her ability to make anyone feel seen. He walks over. Hey, Helen, I'm Mark. Wanna check out the garden? The roses are showing off today. She smiles, hesitant but grateful. They walk, swapping small talk about the weather, and Mark feels a tiny spark. Helping someone else feels good. Rising again that night, lying in bed, Mark thinks of Linda's last words, live well. He realizes her love isn't gone, it's in him, in every laugh they shared, every meal they cooked. Grief doesn't vanish, but it can coexist with gratitude. He starts small, joining a book club, signing up for a painting class. His landscapes are awful, but he laughs about it. He calls Adam and Eva more, not to burden them but to share stories. He even writes letters to his grandkids, tucking in silly drawings. Mark's not over Linda, but he's moving forward. He looks at his life like a patchwork quilt, each square a memory, a lesson, a person. Some squares are torn, but the quilt's still beautiful. He thinks of a quote from Maya Angelou: "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." That's his mantra now. Your Golden Years Playbook, the ultimate guide. Alright, you incredible soul, let's talk about you. Mark's story isn't just a tale. It's a roadmap for thriving in your golden years, even if you're flying solo. Aging's like a road trip. There's bumps, detours, but oh, the views. Here's your deluxe playbook, packed with tips to make every mile count. Ready? Let's roll. 1. Lock down your finances. Why it matters. Money's not the star of the show, but it's the ticket to peace of mind. Without a plan, you're stressing about bills instead of enjoying life. How to do it? Tally up. List your income, pension, savings, social security, and expenses, rent, groceries, meds. Use a notebook or a free app like Mint. Plan ahead, estimate future costs, like doctor visits or home repairs. A financial advisor can help, or check free resources at your local library. Example, Susan, 68, reviewed her budget and cut cable for streaming, saving $50 a month. She used it for a weekly coffee date with friends. Pro tip, treat yourself sometimes, a new book, a movie night. You've earned it. 2. Keep your body moving. Why it matters. Exercise isn't just for gym rats, it's your ticket to energy and independence. Plus, it's a mood lifter. How to do it? Start small. Walk 10 minutes a day, maybe around your block. Wave at neighbors. It's a 2-for-1 social boost. Try groups. Join a senior yoga class, water aerobics, or a walking club. Check your community center or YMCA for free or low-cost options. Joe, 72, started line dancing at his rec center. He's no Fred Astaire, but he's got new pals and a spring in his step. Pro tip, music makes it fun. Crank up Elvis or Aretha and dance in your kitchen. 3. Build your dream team. Why it matters. Friends, neighbors, or a special someone. Keep loneliness at bay. Connections like sunshine for your soul. How to do it? Reach out. Invite a neighbor for tea or join a club. Cards, gardening, book discussions. Community centers and churches are gold mines. Consider companionship. Open to romance? Great. It's not about replacing anyone, it's about sharing laughs. Try senior meetups or online groups like Silver Singles. Maria, 66, joined a knitting circle and met her bestie, who drags her to karaoke nights. They're planning a cruise together. Pro tip, be yourself. Your quirks are your charm. 4. Explore new living options. Why it matters. If living alone feels shaky, a community can be your safety net and social hub. It's not giving up, it's leveling up. How to do it? Research. Look into assisted living, senior apartments, or co-housing. Visit places, ask about activities, and meet residents. Talk it out, discuss with family, but own the decision. It's your life, your rules. Tom, 70, moved to a senior community and now runs their trivia night. He's got a fan club and a new lease on life. Pro tip, pick a place with stuff you love, gardens, game rooms, or pet-friendly vibes. 5. Cherish the memories. Why it matters. Loved ones who've passed live on in you. Honoring them fuels your strength to keep going. How to do it? Reflect, write letters to those you've lost, or keep a journal of favorite memories. It's healing. Celebrate, do something they loved, cook their recipe, listen to their music. It's like a hug from the past. Ellen, 69, plants tulips every spring for her late husband, who loved gardening. It's her way of saying, I'm still here. Pro tip, share stories with others. It keeps the love alive. 6. Be your own superhero. Why it matters. You're tougher than a thunderstorm. Trusting yourself is the ultimate power move. How to do it? Own your choices. Decide what makes you happy, where to live, what to try. Don't wait for permission. Ask for help. It's not weakness, it's smarts. Lean on family, friends, or pros when you need a hand. Frank, 74, decided to learn guitar at his senior center. He's no Jimi Hendrix, but he's proud as punch. Pro tip, celebrate small wins. Cooked a new dish? Nailed a crossword? You're a rock star. Your time to shine. Yes, you are the hero of your story. Your golden years aren't a fade out, they're a blockbuster sequel. Mark faced the quiet, the loss, the fear, and came out swinging. He found friends, love, and a village that keeps him going. You can too. Every sunrise is a fresh page in your book. Fill it with laughter, adventure, and people who make your heart sing. Think of Eleanor Roosevelt's words, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Your dreams aren't done, they're just getting started. So, grab a pen can, jot down one step from this playbook and take it. Call a friend, join a class, or just dance in your living room. The world's waiting for your encore. Live well, you beautiful soul. Let's make these years the best yet.